Welcome to the second video of Host Agency Reviews' Wix website tutorial. For this video, we're focusing on the design and edit features. You'll see soon enough how these two options control the vast majority of your site. So once you've answered all your setup questions, Wix creates this full homepage for you with multiple sections. Each Wix page is just made up of sections. So we're going to start at the top with the header section. The header and the footer sections can be edited on any page and will affect every page that they're on. You see I have these edit and design options, and there's helpful bubbles that'll pop up if this is your first time. So I'm going to click design first. As you can see on the left-hand side here, I have different header designs that I can choose from. What I'm looking at as I scroll through these is this top part. This is what we have right now. The next one adds the menu bar or moves the menu bar up top and highlights it in blue. Just find one that you like, and you can change these at any time. It's never permanent. You know what? I like this one. I like having it centered, and I have that. You're also able to customize the section. So these are specific for header types because, again, this is a particular section. You can do regular, which means as I scroll, the menu bar hides itself. Or you can do fixed, which means as you scroll, the header stays at the top. And I'm partial to fixed, so I'm going to select that. But again, these are all personal preferences. There's no wrong way. You're also able to choose the background color. And what I like best about Wix ADI is that everything's instantaneous, so I can see exactly what would happen if I chose to change the background color. I prefer that white color, so I'm going to change it back. And there you go. My header design is selected. Now I'm going to choose Edit. Now I see different options. It's very supportive. All right, so I'm going to be able to see different options that I can have in my section header. And again, it's instantaneous, so I can see what it looks like if I don't want to have a menu. And then I can click it and put it right back on. So you can go through these and just turn them on and turn them off and see if you like them. I think I'm only going to add social accounts, and I'm going to remove some of those. Now, if you don't already have your social accounts, but you want to add this, just make sure you come back here when you do and update the address, because otherwise it defaults to Wix's Facebook page. So you want to make sure you up that with your link if you don't already have it. All right, and there we go. That's it. Our header is designed, and we've put the content in that we want. We're going to jump down now to the footer, just because, like I said, the header and the footer ones are across all the pages, so it makes sense to kind of do those first. For whatever reason, the footer doesn't give you the edit and design options, but if you click it, you get those. So I'm going to choose my design first. Scroll through my options. Again, I kind of like that blue bar, and I like it centered, so I'm going to choose that layout. There we go, it changed it for me. And again, I can choose what information I want. I'm going to choose to add my phone number to the footer, which I can change here. So now let's get to the meat of every page, which is the body part, the sections. So as you can see, there's multiple sections. They're highlighted in blue. These are all individual sections. And again, they have that edit and design, just like we saw in the footer and the header. So I'm going to start with design. So as you can see, Wix has a lot of different section designs that you can choose from. And it actually, a lot. But it actually is, there's even more options than that, because within each design, you're able to customize different features as well. So we'll go into each one, but just to give you an overview, media is where you can change the media type, which would be image, gallery, video, and pattern. Color shows different ways to display the section using colors from your site palette. So it kind of switches up what color the text is, what color the blocks are, what's highlighted, things like that. There's text settings, which is pretty basic here. It just lets you change the size and the alignment, so left, center, right. We'll go over later how to change the font across the site. There's the height, increase or decrease the height of the section itself. And then if you want animation, you can choose which type of animation you want for. And then there's animation where you're able to choose how the section appears on your site. So if I click on media, right up here, you see the 4 different media types I have. Right now, this is gallery. As you can see here, there's little dots. So this is a grouping of photos that are going to show there. I can switch it to be just one image. I can switch it to be a video, or I can switch it to be a plain pattern. And just as a warning, you won't see these for all section types. A lot of these extra features, these custom features, vary depending on the type of section you have, just design-wise. So these are the 4 that you could see. And then as you can tell, they each have their own custom options down here. So much like everything with this site, I recommend playing around to, see what happens when you select different options. So I'm going to keep it the way it is and go back. Now it does bring you to the edit screen, so in order to get back to that section design, we just click section design up here. And next area is color. With all our options here, it's the same exact section design. The only thing that's changing are the colors, how they're used, the background colors, the font. And so you're just able to choose whichever combination you like best here. And we'll go back into section design. Text settings, like I said, it's pretty basic, left, center, right. So if I change it up, and we'll go over, and it's letting me know the font I chose was bold, and that's what it looks like. We'll go over later how you change it. The only way to change your text, or your font, is the site as a whole. You're not able to change it for each section, and really that's just protecting us from ourselves so that the site has a cohesive look across the board, and we're not having different fonts in different sections on different pages. All right, height, pretty self-explanatory. You suddenly get these lovely plus minus. And it's really nuanced. I had to basically hold up something to make sure it was actually changing, because it makes the whole thing spacious. It doesn't just add padding to the top or to the bottom. So if I keep adding big, it just makes it a little bit bigger, or smaller. And our last customization is animation. The elements that are animated in the section will vary, so just test it out. For this section, it happens to be the text, not the image, that are animated, but it can be both, it can be one or the other. So if you're interested in having animation, you can go in here and check to see how it'll look. And so that we've gone over that, let's pick an entirely different section design. I like this one, going over it. And I'm just going to keep it as is since we already went through everything. And now again, I can go to edit, where I'm going to be able to change the text and the options. Each section is slightly different, and that's why you have different options of what you can edit. For instance, that header, I had these options. For this section, this is called the welcome section, I have different options. So I don't want the subtitle there, and I'm gonna change my title. Will help you get lost. Just what everyone wants. Now, if I want to change out the image, I just click on it and do edit and replace. So the really neat thing is, if I do replace, I have the option to either upload my own image. Sorry, I'm creating this as a new person as well, so it's starting everything from scratch. But your media manager is where you can see all of your images. So I can upload an image if I have something myself, or a video. Or I can also use Wix's library, which is really handy. All of the videos and images in their library are free. You're able to search them. They also use Unsplash's library, which is a fantastic place for free photos that are just really gorgeous. They also have access to Shutterstock. Shutterstock are paid images and videos, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. You'll know what you're getting into. We also have an article called Where to Find Free Travel Images for Websites that I highly recommend you check out and have linked right here. Let's try Unsplash, and I'm gonna say travel. Let's see which one makes me think of Get Lost. That one. So I'm gonna apply that. There we go, it changed it. And you might notice that the image looks really weird, like I don't see the boat. And that's because of the scroll effect that's on. So right now it's on parallax, which basically means in order to see the scroll effects, you do have to go into preview mode. So I'm going to do preview. And parallax means that as you scroll through the site, the image scrolls at a different rate than the rest of the site. And it's just kind of a trendy thing I see on websites right now. So you can keep that if you want, or I'm going to actually switch it to none. I like it just being plain. The one word of advice or a cautionary word I guess I would share is to use those sparingly. You don't want all of your images scrolling at different rates or with different effects, zooming in, fading in. It can be a little much, so use these sparingly if you do like them. And don't feel like you have to either. So like I said, I'm changing mine to be none effect. And then there's other media settings that you can play around with here. All right, and that's it. So we just finished that section. The other thing you'll notice is that there are a couple other options that the footer and header didn't have. So we have these arrows, which lets us move a whole section down or up. So if I didn't want this section at the top, I could move it down, which is really nice. Or I can move back up because it is the welcome, so I guess it makes sense to have it up top. The other option you have are these vertical dots, and these allow you to duplicate the section onto this same page, move it to another page, or delete the section altogether. And I'm actually going to delete some of these sections to free up my home page and create more content for different pages. And I'm going to delete one more. There we go. Hopefully you've got the hang of picking a design and editing sections, but we're going to do this one just because I know it has some more options that we're able to customize. So again, scroll through and let's choose which one I like. There we go, we'll go with that. And because this one has different, it has a list, we can go in and change each one of those specific items. So within this one section, we have multiple list items that each have their own fields to edit, have their own link, and have their own image that we can replace. The only other thing we haven't gone over is adding a section. As you roll your mouse over, you'll see the different sections, and you'll see this plus sign in between sections. That's how you add a new section. Now, I have all these recommended and optional ones I can choose from. These are based on the business type that you originally put in, and I put in travel agent, so it's showing me pages that it thinks, sections that it thinks I would have useful, which I agree. These are very travel related, so I'm going to put in maybe my hours. Let's see, I'm going to use this one. Just like all the other sections, go through your design and your edit, make it the way you want it, and then I'm also going to put it at the bottom. There we go. All right, congratulations! You survived the section tutorial. All pages and content are made up of sections, so if you can design and edit those sections, you're able to master your website design. In the next video, we'll be going over adding and organizing pages, as well as mobile page design.